taking off like a Boeing. If the volume spikes, then it's time to trade. Mighty 90 setting up, it's time to get paid. Dr. Chad on the mic, time to get focused. We don't need any indicator, hocus pocus. It's all about the price, just watch it move. Manage your risks so you don't lose. First hour of trading is all we need. Focus on the patience and forget about greed.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's not zero DTE, day trading live stream. November 8th, Friday, election week, post FOMC. We've got S&P unchanged, NASDAQ down 40, Russell down 3, Dow up 53. So everything under a quarter of a percent up or down. Gold and silver also pretty flat. Notes and bonds green. 10-year yield down about 0.5%. Oil down 1.5%. Natty gas up 1%. Grains are mixed. Euro and the pound a little bit red. Bitcoin off about 0.5%. VIX down a couple percent, sitting at 14.88 at the freeze. Today is Friday, so we'll be trading the 7-day options, 7 DTE. On my main board, I've got Apple, Amazon, Baidu, Coin, Meta, Netflix, NVIDIA, Tesla. On another monitor, I have AMD, Baba, Boeing, Square, Google, Microsoft, MU, and Roku. As always, if you guys see anything moving, volume-wise or price action that you think warrants some attention, let me know. Good morning, Ken. Got the opening bell in less than 2 minutes. Pretty muted action from the FOMC yesterday afternoon. Just continue to see the market push to new all-time highs. S&P futures got above 6,000. SPX got up to 59.83 and change. Looks like we have an expected move in SPX of about 23. NDX looks like it's about 108. Getting pretty low. I will be doing a an early and a late Rick this morning. Opening bell in 20 seconds. Here we go. And we are off. Off to the races. I'll get my charts marked with the expected move. Today's 23. Yesterday was 36 in SPX. Yesterday an index was 141. Today's 108. As far as big movers in individual stocks, UPST had earnings. It's up 22%. Lucid is up 5. Expedia up 3. SMCI up 2.5. Coinbase is up 2. Coinbase tried to pop up above yesterday's high. Getting pushed back down. Apple pushing above yesterday's high. Nvidia unchanged. MU just went green, popped above yesterday's high. Roku going green. Microsoft trying to stay green. Boeing falling into the red. SPX approaching yesterday's high. Big move in Apple, breaking out of the overnight highs above yesterday's high. SPX just hit a new all-time high. Coinbase continuing its run. Tesla continuing its run higher. Ten seconds until the end of the first 5-minute bar. Tesla. Roku's got a big green bar to start as well. Coinbase, big green. Apple, big green. Square and Boeing falling. Square's got a big volume bar. Let me put that on the screen here. Square is falling out of bed. Had earnings, bounced or dropped and then bounced back up, and now it's coming back down. Coinbase and Tesla still ripping higher. Boeing opened a little green. Now it's down 1%. Apple kind of pushed up and pulled back a couple times here. Still above yesterday's high. Right at the overnight high. I mean, this is something where I wouldn't, I mean, this is something where I would consider potentially taking an Apple early upside runner. You got the overnight high and the yesterday's high right there, and it pushed above it, pulled back. So you could use that as your line in the sand to manage your risk. I don't like the wicky toppy look to it. I'm not gonna take it, but just kind of thinking out loud here. MU pushed above yesterday's high, and pushed all the way back into red territory. Google tried to go green and got pushed back down. It's below overnight highs. SPX has ticked above yesterday's high a couple times, made a new all-time high. No follow through yet. NDX looks a little toppy as well. AMD looking a little toppy. Got about a minute left. Coinbase looks like it may get a volume bar. But now it's coming down. Some crazy volume in Square. So Coinbase looks like it's the only really close one on the second volume bar besides Square. Didn't quite get there. Yeah, you could look at Square as a volume runner. I would wait for more of a bounce so I could manage risk a little bit better because, my exit point would be if it pushed above that previous bar. So I don't really want to get short down here. But it's certainly acting weak. And so Apple did kind of pop back up off of its yesterday's high. Yeah, I don't mind the long in coin right there either. Volume bar didn't quite get there, but pretty close. Coinbase has been so strong. S&P is keeps on tapping on yesterday's high. My exit point on a volume runner is the bar that had the big volume. So it'd be that 835. We're currently on the 840 bar. So it'd be the bar that had the big volume on it. If it pushes above that amount. So that's why I say, you get in right here, you got all this risk. So you can do that. You just got to position size appropriately, right? So you got to figure out, okay, what's my max risk I'm willing to take to see if I'm right on this trade. And so, instead of doing 10 contracts, you do 3, or something like that. So you just have to manage your position size based on the amount of risk in the trade. Nvidia coming back down. NDX coming down a little bit. Right at unchanged. Coin bouncing back up. S&P coming down a little bit. Nvidia just went red. Netflix into the red. AMD into the red. Roku, which had that big strong bar, is getting a down move with a little volume pop. Roku's options are always a little sketchy. Let's see what they look like on the 7-day options. Yeah, that's too wide. I took it off my board for a while just because the options are not great, but Nvidia dropping like it's hot. Coinbase staying strong. I would assume you're out of a little bit there. El Piero. Chess Master. I have no idea what you're asking. You're kind of combining a couple different strategies. There's really nothing going on in NVIDIA. I mean, it pushed up, then it pushed down. Coinbase new highs. Wow. Up another 4%. The thing is a beast. Apple back down below yesterday's highs into the overnight consolidation area. We're going to get a pullback today? I don't know. Coinbase isn't acting like it. Boeing trying to get back into positive territory. So Roku had a mighty 90. Like I said, I didn't like the options. $72 stock, 30, 40 cents wide. Did I say Square? I meant Roku. Oh, you're asking about entry in Square? Yeah, it's getting a little bit better bounce. Definitely a little bit better level to manage risk from. Square sometimes has some sketchy options too. Let's see what they look like. Yeah, man, I just don't like that. 36 cents wide, 40 cents wide on a $70 stock. I'm just not interested. No intereste. SPX back up to new all-time highs. Boeing might be forming a little mighty 90 action. I'd like to see Boeing push up to the overnight highs. That'd be a great entry. Let's see if it wants to give one more push. It may drop here. Boeing is a mighty 90. That volume bar, it's got good separation. It's not even as high as the second volume bar. So it's not awesome, but that's why I'm just going to kind of wait. See if it gives one more push above the overnight highs. You could take it here. But I'm just going to be a little patient. Netflix back above yesterday's highs into new all-time high territory. Coinbase still pushing. Well, I don't want Boeing to chop and then get up there. I was looking for another push. I mean, the thing about coin is it's rocking and Bitcoin is not necessarily. I mean, it's just hovering under all-time highs, but like today, Coinbase is up 5%. Bitcoin is red by 1%. Okay, here comes Boeing. This would be kind of a delayed mighty 90 short. Looking at the 152 half puts, see if it gets up above. Essentially, I wanted to get above 152. I pay zero attention to the actual earnings reports, Chessmaster. Trying to figure out why something did something is a waste of time, in my opinion. Come on, BA, give me a push. Boeing 152 half puts. I had a little mighty 90. I wanted to see a push, another push above the overnight highs to take a short. El Piero, you still in coin? All right, Boeing 152 half puts. Trying to get in at 325. Ah, 335. Filled at 335. That's on the 152 half puts in Boeing. It's kind of a delayed mighty 90. I just wanted to see it hit that level before I got in. And I position size, so I could potentially add if it makes another push. Put my first profit target at 370. Probably have to adjust that up. Usually got to take less than 10% on my on 7-day options. S&P still just kind of grinding in all-time high territory. NDX has not been able to get back up. Still right around unchanged. Coinbase up 6%. Wowzers. Nice, Eric D. You caught that one too? Got my first profit target at 370 in Boeing. Looks like it's trading for about 360 right now. Needs to come down just a little bit more. I'm gonna put my order at bounced. I'm gonna put my order at 360. 7-day options move a little slower. Be close to hitting. One more little tick down. Build at 360 in Boeing. Have a little mighty 90 action coming in Baidu. Well, not really. I mean, it's the same size as these other previous bars. Higher, good, decent separation from the last, but it's more like the last just had really low volume. This isn't really a volume spike. All right, Boeing, it's right at unchanged. Make or break here. Just coming back to test the unchanged, and you're going to bounce, or are you going to die a slow, painful death? I prefer the latter. I'll put another profit target at $4. Beautiful, Eric D. Yeah, I didn't take coin because that volume bar didn't quite get there. It didn't really pull back either. But yeah, and then Tesla, obviously it took off like a rocket out of the gate, but I didn't have any specific criteria to get into that one. Baba had kind of a little volume pop, but again, it's the same size as the second and third one, kind of similar to Baidu. Chinese stocks are getting beat up again today. Let's go, Boeing. I need one more leg. One more red leg. Tesla's still pushing. Tesla's up over 4%. NVIDIA kind of looks like a little downside continuation runner. It's got this little consolidation, little toppy wiki looking action. Did just tick a new all-time high. Pre-market overnight. I'm going to take a downside continuation runner here in NVIDIA with the 148 puts. Trying to get filled at 264. Filled at 262. 148 puts in NVIDIA. Downside continuation. I'd consider an add if it bounced up right below the unchanged area. But if it pushed up much more than that, I would cut it. NASDAQ is sideways. S&P is continuing to push higher. Put my first profit target in NVIDIA at 290. Come get me. Come and hit me. Filled 290. All right, let's drop the bottom out of this thing. Get down to those overnight lows. Yeah, we got about 20 seconds left. It's definitely higher than the first. It's growing closer to the second, third volume. I'm going to go ahead and put another profit target at 315. Definitely could bounce. That is a pretty decent little mighty 90-ish look, but I'm going to stick with it. It pushes below filled in NVIDIA at 315. So I've got two left. No, three left. So if it pushes below the overnight lows here, I'll bail. I've already gotten out of most of it though. So if we do bounce, still be green. Still looking for another flush out of Boeing. It's chopping around unchanged. Would have preferred a decisive move through unchanged, but got another profit target at 360 in NVIDIA. That's maybe a little too aggressive. How about 340? That's better. So I kind of like I did in Boeing, where I did kind of that delayed entry where I wanted it to push above that overnight high level before I got short. I would kind of look at this Mighty 90 and Nvidia the same way. If we push below the overnight lows, I think that would probably be a good entry to get long. Tesla had a little volume pop on that last push. It's hard to want to get it in front of that freight train short though. All right, Boeing's coming down. NDX cracked through its lows of day. Let's go, NVIDIA. One more flush. One more flush. If it happens this bar, I will get out and then reverse and get long. May have been all she had, though. We'll see. Had some nice level rejection action in Amazon, but it's just in a chop fest within its first 5-minute bar. But that 209.80 level's hasn't been able to push above that. Now it's coming down. Well, Baidu and Baba getting a bounce off their little volume bounces. Boeing back into green territory, back up near unchanged. Thought we might be coming down to hit. NVIDIA just kind of taking a pause, a little indecisive. About a minute left on this bar. Might just have to bail on Boeing here. Let's see what it does. Man, that would have been a great little setup if we had one more flush in NVIDIA, both for my shorts and the potential for getting long. Let's see what we do here. Closed pretty weak on that bar. Another decent sized volume bar, similar to the last one. The next profit target in NVIDIA is at 340. It's about to hit. Hit it. It ticked it, but it didn't push through. Come on, flush it. Boeing looks like it wants to stay green. I'm going to cut the rest of my Boeing. Build at 360 to close Boeing. All right, NVIDIA. What do you got for me? It's got yesterday's lows right between that overnight low. Netflix coming down. Look at Amazon still coming down. NASDAQ is coming down. S&P is still sitting at yesterday's high. It's right there on my order on NVIDIA. Hit it. Filled at 340. All right, it poked below it a little bit. Got 2 minutes left on this bar. Let's see where this thing goes. Got 2 NVIDIAs left. Put an order at 355. Tesla new highs. Coinbase pausing. Come on, flush it. Flush it. Another decent little volume bar in NVIDIA. Filled at 355, so I've got one left. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bail here. Filled at 360 on the last one. So I'm out of NVIDIA. So, I mean, wouldn't be a bad long here. I kind of wanted to see if it was going to push below yesterday's lows first. I'm gonna wait to see how it reacts here. I may get involved long if we see some reaction, but this market may be ready for a pullback. NASDAQ is showing weakness. S&P still holding its head up. It looks like it may want to bounce here. Oil down 3%. Was there a let's see, was there an oil inventory number or something? Today is November 8th. No. 9 a.m. we had University of Michigan consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. I don't see any oil reports, but yeah, it's dropping. All right, so NVIDIA got a little bounce. Poked through yesterday's open. Bounced, had a little bit of a volume pop and then kind of gradual volume increase. So no long for me. All right, all. That looks like it's it for me today. Do one last little scan on my other monitor. Oh, Boeing. Look at Boeing still coming down. It really looked like it wanted to stay green after that little flush and spike, but it's all right. I'm still green. Still gave me some green. All right, all. Wrap this up. We will see everyone in Power Hour. Happy Friday. Hope you have a good rest of your trading day. Talk to you soon.